A recent article in Cosmo decided to look at women who become choice moms. I actually love this term. Choice
Me
moms,
too.
guys, they are making the intentional choice to have a child on their own. They said if you are going to move forward with do it yourself motherhood, there are some things though that you should consider. Things like making sure you're financially stable enough to provide for a child on your own, making sure you have a good community of support around you to help, and knowing that even at your weakest moment, you are still singularly responsible for that child. However, most choice moms say that despite their day-to-day struggles, it was the best decision they've ever made. So ladies, what are your thoughts on becoming a mom by choice? I actually talked about this once on the show way back when. I think I mentioned that if I at some point was never married or never in a relationship, I absolutely always have known that I wanted to be a mother and that this would be an option for me. I think it's a great
Really?
option. Yeah,
I
I would
think
have had a child regardless.
it's a great option. It's a hard option. I have a friend of mine who got pregnant at 37, and it was just a hookup. And she decided to keep it because she's like, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to be able to have a kid when I do find the man. And, although she has support, it's still tough. It's a tough thing. But I
Yeah.
think women in general, even when we're getting married, you're still being a choice mom in a way because you're doing most of the work. God forbid something happens to the relationship, the moms usually take on. But I love that women now feel like there's no shame in it, that if you want to have a
Yes.
child, you can. But just know it's a lot of work. It's a lot of
Yeah.
work. But it's rewarding, but it's a lot of work.
I think that this is great if it's what women. I was more worried about the child and the child having to grow up with just one parent. And I mean, I know that a lot of people do that, but to intentionally do that, I mean, that's my only reservation with it. But I mean, love is love, and there'll be a good community and things like that. But we have not really had studies to kind of show like women that do this, like how has it affected the child? Because you're still missing like a parent, and so that does
Right,
make
but
you
I think you
somewhat
can have
different.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
think you
and
can have
kids-
parents in other ways, like an uncle, a friend. I think you
A
can
community,
build
a
a community
village.
like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You
I'm
still
not
need
talking
a
about the
village.
support. I'm talking about
Oh.
a biological second parent.
Got it.
And you could research it and stuff, but I don't know how
I think
that
it's-
child would feel.
Yeah, I think
Right.
they definitely haven't done the research or the studies yet, particularly. But I think that when you really look into how these things are done, I like I told you, I looked into it at some point because I was just so fascinated with this. And you go to sperm banks, and there actually are donors that are totally open to meeting the child later. There are donors that are willing to participate in actual parenting. So there's so many different ways that you can go about this. I mean, shoot, me and Ray used to talk about having a baby at some point. We thought we'd make a beautiful child. Ray is my
Lord.
hairstylist. And we were like, yo, if we never find nobody, me and Ray could co-parent together. Amazing. He's like my best
That
friend.
poor
He
child.
wants children. That child would be fabulous, okay? With the
child would
flyest
be
hair around, okay?
Crazy. You
That
and
child
Ray
would be
having a baby?
amazing.
You and Ray.
Vocally amazing, because Ray can sing. It'd be a musical child.
You and Ray.
So yes, me and Ray, we absolutely
No.
discussed this. And this is what I'm saying is there's different ways of doing it. You can go to a sperm bank, and again, even somebody that you miscellaneously read about, you read so much information about literally their genetic history, their medical history, there's stuff about what they're interested in, if they're athletic, if they're musical, what their IQ. I mean, there's so much information. And again, if you're concerned about the biological partner being a part of the child's life, that is actually still an option and a choice child. And I think the most important thing, to end it with this, I think the most important thing is a child knowing that they were wanted. I think love and a child knowing like, wow, I really was wanted. This person went out of their way. And by the way, it's not going to be a cheap experience. This person wanted me so badly they paid because I was a choice child. I was not a mistake.
How much is it around?
It's expensive. I think it depends on how they do it. Artificial insemination, which is considered IUI. I don't know the exact number, but it's in the thousands for sure.
It's in the
Wow.
20-ish.
Oh, okay. Well,
Jeannie, what are your thoughts?
I think moms first of all, you have the choice, period. Like, I think it's crazy that we have to put that title on it, but yes, I get it. Some people are sitting there like, ugh, you don't have a dad, and now you have a... Listen, choice
That's what I'm
moms
saying.
can be better parents than parents that actually,
think-
like, just ended up having a baby because it was an accidental mistake, or they planned it. There's all
Lack
types of reasons
preparation.
why a good parent is a good parent, not just being a choice mom. But I agree with you guys. Just giving people their space and respecting why they chose to be a mom, or my mom didn't choose to be a mom. My mom had me accidentally and then became like a major love for children. When she divorced my dad, she actually loved children so much she actually thought about becoming a choice mom because it was just so ingrained in her, you know? So I just think for women, if you have that maternal spirit within you, if you get the support like Garcelle said, I have a friend who is a choice mom at 48. She decided to get artificially inseminated, and she figured out to have her mom live in, and then she also has a nanny from her country come over, and now they have a whole household where the kid is like
So amazing.
one of the most
Just make sure you
ingenious
set
kids
it up.
ever. Yeah,
Because
have
you
your
get
set
a
up.
lot of
Yeah, you have
friends
to
to disappear. Believe me, when you tell them.
Make sure you're fully prepared.
Auntie Lonnie,
obviously, and
you're
that would
for
be in
hire,
any
girl.
case.